When talking about science, technology, space travel, and online payments, we have one big name: Elon Musk. Elon Musk made his name big when he created PayPal. He has since then marked his name after his highly technological innovations and endeavors from online payments, electrical vehicle market, social media, and private space sector. Recently guided by his vision of colonizing Mars and transporting humans to the moon and ultimately to Mars, he has been working so hard on his most recent and enormous achievement, the Starship 2.0. This new 18 meters wide Starship 2.0 is assumed to be a larger and better rocket than that of the first Starship. Join us as we unmask the new and improved features of this Starship and how it will transport humans to Mars and finally colonize Mars. The distance between Earth and Mars is approximately 33.9 million miles. Elon Musk envisions sending more than 1 million people to Mars in 2050. Before doing so, he estimated that it would take up to 1 million tons of materials from Earth to get the colony to a self-sufficient status. Sending people to Mars alone is too ambitious to start with, and the plan of forming a self-sufficient colony there would be too expensive. Devising a cost-efficient yet effective method of bringing humans to Mars gave birth to Starship 1.0. SpaceX Starship 1.0 is designed to launch 100 tons into orbit and will be totally reusable. Starship 2.0, on the other hand, is designed to be 4 to 8 times larger. Let's get a better look at Starship 1.0 first, so we'll have a bigger idea of how massive Starship 2.0 is going to be. Starship 1.0 is measured at 400 feet. It even dwarfed the Saturn V rocket, which took American men to the moon during NASA's Apollo mission. It has a diameter of 30 feet, making it broader than any other spacecraft. Because of its size, it can carry a cargo of giant celestial observatories or even a big number of passengers. Starship is also believed to be more powerful than any rocket ever designed or made. Starship is attached to a 69-meter tall rocket booster named Super Heavy to reach space after passing through the rigors of Earth's atmosphere. The two halves of the spaceship will separate near the edge of space. The Super Heavy booster will return to its launch pad as it headed toward the orbit. It will then land a rocket, a gigantic tower with artificial arms called chopsticks, which will capture it as soon as it descends. Super Heavy B4 only has 29 Raptor V1 engines, while the future versions of the rocket booster B7 will use up to 33 Raptor V2 engines. Starship 2.0 and its expendable rocket can carry up to 250 tons of payload into space. Starship 1.0 alone can only carry 150 tons of cargo. Being a fully reusable rocket, as SpaceX claims it to be, it can serve as a reusable colony van or as a space liner to transport passengers and cargo back and forth. However, Starship 1.0 falls short when it comes to the bulk of payload required to construct a self-sufficient community on Mars. The shortcoming of Starship 1.0 gave birth to Starship 2.0, which will be twice as large to carry people and cargo to the moon and Mars. Starship 2.0 will be 18 meters in diameter, which is twice the diameter of Starship 1.0. With these dimensions, the Starship 2.0 can stand at 240 meters, 775 feet high, and 60 feet wide. Definitely, this will be the widest rocket ever built. Starship's 1.0 cross-sectional area, as well as its volume, will be quadrupled. The ultra-heavy Starship 2.0's engines would be updated to carry roughly 1,000 tons of payload each time it launches. Since there is 8 times as much surface area and 8 times as much propellant tank volume, Starship 2.0 would require around 8 times as much thrust. It also has to be 8 times as heavy as Starship 1.0. Assuming the orbital refueling is an option, the next generation of SpaceX Super Heavy rockets can carry a payload of approximately 800,000 kilograms, around 1.7 million pounds or more. To be able to launch this rocket, Elon Musk needs a lot of power in his vehicles. Starship 2.0 required around 60 Raptor 1.0 engines to take off. Elon Musk of course has been working on the Raptor 2.0, a more powerful engine where every component of the engine was reworked to be more compact and easier to construct. These updates can decrease production costs and time. Elon Musk Musk even asserted that this version is more reliable and more powerful than the previous model. Raptor's maximum thrust was also increased by 25%, making it possible to bring 230 tons of thrust at sea level. SpaceX SN811 and SN15's version 1.5 engines, on the other hand, can produce 185 tons, about 410,000 pound-feet of thrust. This can allow the Starship 2.0 to take off with fewer than 60 engines. As a record, SpaceX had a 12-meter diameter rocket design in 2016 that was capable of launching 300 tons into orbit and 450 tons to Mars after a refueling mission. The rocket had a payload 3 times more than the present Starship Super Heavy. If scaling was the same, Starship 2.0 can carry 9 times the payload. Elon Musk stated in the debate that refueling a Starship for lunar landings would take 10 launches or there will be insufficient fuel to get there. It would also make a crewed flight to Mars 100 times more complicated, a higher risk endeavor indeed. However, Starship 2.0 was designed to be so enormous to supply all the fuel, which will make things a whole lot easier. Given its size, the Starship will be able to remain a fortress for a longer period until all the amenities that will serve the lives of the first volunteers to first set on Mars can be completed. Mars also requires 600-ton payloads, another reason for Elon Musk to make such enormous changes in the Starship's dimensions. Since the aim is to be self-sufficient, people who will be able to set foot on Mars will need to avoid manual labor due to the harsh climatic condition on Mars. This means that iron ore excavators, civil aircraft, and steel mills with large cauldrons and rolling mills will be required. While this was one of the challenges in the earlier version of the Starship, the 80-meter Starship would definitely fare better, as Starship 2.0 big cargo may be used to launch factories and advanced manufacturing system anywhere on Mars. The ability of the new version of Starship to lift more cargo per trip will reduce the number of trips required to deliver the supplies needed by Mars colonizers, hence making Elon's dream come to life sooner than ever. While we talk about the dimensions and the features of this Starship, we must not overlook the economics of using this massive rocket. Elon Musk stated that full reusability and efficient propellant utilization of Starship 2.0 is anticipated to be $8.4 million, which includes $7.2 million for fuel and $1.2 million for support operations. This amount would roughly be the same as launching the Starship 1.0. However, every batch of passengers in the Starship 2.0 will increase up to 1,000 passengers, as compared to the initial capacity of 100 passengers. With that in mind, the Starship's orbital debut is about to come true. As part of its critical first orbital launch, SpaceX has been said to be sending its improved Raptor V2 engines to Starbase, a spaceport production and development facility for Starship rockets. The next big event will be the liftoff of this futuristic SpaceX Starship 2.0. The question now relies not just on how effective and efficient this Starship 2.0 will be. The better question now would be, are we ready to blast off to Mars? Tell us in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.